Hello, and thank you for making the time to join us today. Today we are just going to do a very short discussion on whether you need to file a tax return. So our topic for discussion is, do you need to file a tax return? Okay. Most taxpayers in the UK are tax assessors, so do not need to complete a tax return. What do I mean by tax assessors? It simply means that the money you receive has already had tax taken off, such as wages you get from your employer when paid under the pay as you earn, or when, let's say, you receive interest from a UK bank. Mostly they will be tax assessors. We are going to look at notification. When do you need to notify Hmrc if you have any untaxed income? People who have income that has not been taxed as source or not taxed at correct rates and on which tax is due are required to inform Hmrc about the income within 6 months of the end of the tax year in which the income is received. So let's say for tax year 2020-21, the tax year will end on the 5th of April 2021. So you have up to 5th of October 2021 to notify Hmrc that you need to file a tax return. Such income may include rental income. Maybe you've just begun as self-employed. You just started as a self-employed. You need to notify Hmrc so that they will send you your unique tax reference to file a tax return. If you don't notify Hmrc after the notification dates, that is 6 months after you receive the income in the tax year, you'll be liable to penalty, and then the penalty that you'll be liable to will depend on you as an individual, your behavior. So let's say if your behavior said that you knew and you intentionally decided not to notify Hmrc about the chargeability to tax, then your penalty will normally be 100% of the income that you received that has not been taxed. And this will, however, decrease depending on your behavior. And sometimes I've had instances where clients, let's say they received rental income and they just didn't know that they need to file a tax return. In that case, if you rather proactively notify Hmrc that you had an income, untaxed income, but you've not notified them, and then you decide to notify them and file a tax return, then sometimes the penalty due can be reduced to nil. So it's important that you file a tax return if you have an untaxed income. The next thing I want to talk about is assuming that you don't have, you were filing a self-assessment tax return, but in the tax year, let's say tax year 2020-21, all your income is not taxed as source, and as a result of that, you don't need to file a tax return. What you need to do is that you don't just ignore it. You need to tell Hmrc to withdraw you from the self-assessment return list. If you don't do that, then definitely they will send you a penalty for not filing a tax return. So if you think you do not need to submit a tax return, for example, because all your income is taxed under pay as you earn and have no additional tax liability, you can phone Hmrc and ask them to withdraw, and ask the tax return to be withdrawn. If they agree, this means that you no longer have to file a tax return. You can ask for a return to be withdrawn even after filing penalty have been charged. If Hmrc agrees, you will not need to file a tax return. Any penalties issued for missing the tax return filing deadline will be cancelled. You will usually have only 2 years from the end of the tax year for which the return is due, in which to ask for the return to be withdrawn. So you don't have to delay, you need to act fast. If you need any help, as usual, you can always get in touch, and I'm very happy to help you. Thank you very much for making the time to watch this. I hope it's been useful to you. Join us again next time. Thank you.